Hey residents of MeepleTown, today we're looking at Tussie Mussie, which is a game designed by Elizabeth Hargrave, and that is a big reason why we wanted to check this out, because
Absolutely.
I really enjoy Wingspan, and she's the designer of that. Beth Sobel is the artist on both of these games, so we thought, let's check it out.
Let's check it out. And one of the cool things about this game is a cheap game because it's just a wallet game. It has maybe just a wallet is not the right to say it. It's a wallet game. It's 18 cards. That's it. It's a game that you can take out to dinner. It's a game you can take to a bar. You can take to wherever.
Don't take the game out to dinner.
I took this game out to dinner last night. Me and the game, we had a bloomin' onion as an appetizer. When was the last time you had a bloomin' onion?
All right, so we're going to look at Tussie Mussie.
Years. It's been years, Dean. All right, so the way this game is played is very simple, but there are some thoughtful decisions. So we're going to put this deck here in the middle. One person is going to draw 2 cards. Do you want to start off or have me start off?
I do.
Okay.
Let me just start off by saying I don't win this game against John. I win a lot of games against John.
You do.
This is not one of them.
Yes. Well,
ooh.
I like it whenever we play games that I win on video so that the world can think that I'm better at games than you, and it's untrue.
Might be
so
the case.
He's deciding which card he wants to lay face up and which card he wants to lay face down, and then I have to decide which card I want without looking at the face down card. So it's definitely has a push your luck element and an element where he's trying to get into my head, I'm trying to get into his head and think, okay, so +1 for each different color flower. I'm not even having to think about that.
You want that?
I love that card.
Okay, all right, then I will take this one face
the
down.
Carnation is fantastic.
Now I know what this one's going to be. This is going to be my keepsake, and I can keep looking at this, but John has no idea what this card is. So then John's going to go ahead and draw 2 cards, put one face up and one face down for me to choose from, and
let's do it.
All right.
My problem is every time I see this, I feel like it's like we're the car nation. We're the nation of cars.
That's not what I think at all.
That is exactly what I think. Okay.
Carnation is my mom's favorite flower, the pink carnation. So you took the card away from me that I would have enjoyed having because it reminds me of my mom. All right, so John left me with the red tulip. That's 1 point for each red card, including this one. Now, if this one's a red card, that might be a good card for me to take, but it could tip John for, hey, this could be a red card, so there's a lot of thinkiness there. It's difficult for me to take the face up one when this is the unknown. I'm always the guy who's like, I gotta know what this card is, so that's what I'm gonna do.
So MeepleTown, I made a mistake. I shouldn't have. I accidentally flipped the wrong one over and put the wrong one face down.
All right.
Whoops-a-daisy.
Maybe that's what John
I don't know if he likes that one, but I really wanted that one, and I wanted to actually wanted to show him that one because I didn't think he would want that. So I made a little boo-boo there by putting the wrong one face up. Oh, maybe it'll be to my advantage. And the reason I did, because I really didn't want this one because it's +1 for each red card. I'm trying to get different color cards over here, so maybe it's mitigated though. We'll see. So he wants to have. Oh boy. So I could get, that's going to guarantee me 2 points because I'd have another one there. But then it's also going to guarantee me only getting, I'm taking this one.
Okay.
I'm pushing my luck a little bit. Okay, not bad.
So then John's going to take 2 more cards, and this is going to be the end of the round. So after we both have 4 cards in our tableau, then we'll score our points. So let's see what John is going to leave me with here. Hopefully something good, because like I said, I'm not very good at this game. All right, so the pink larkspur. Before scoring, you may draw 2 cards. If you do, you must replace one of your cards with one of them.
Did we mention the hearts? I don't know if we did, actually. So as he's thinking about what to do, the cards are going to score one of 2 ways. They're either going to score by simply the words that are printed on the cards, or they're going to score one of 3 ways, I guess. Or they're going to score with 1 point for every heart, or they may have hearts that also have text as well.
I kind of like this one, so I'm going to go with that pink larkspur. And
darn it. I thought that you might not want that one, and I wanted that one, actually. So,
all right, so that's the end of the round. What we're going to do is we're going to separate the bouquet flowers by keeping them up top, and then we're going to put the keepsake ones. Now we can flip them over.
Pull them closer to our hearts.
But they're separated because we want to be able to tell which ones are which.
Because there will be cards that will say certain things for you may get points for having X amount in your bouquet or your keepsake or whatever. So, do you want to score first? Do you want me to score?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. So
Okay.
for me, what I'm going to do is I can draw 2 cards, and I can replace one of my cards with them. Sorry, I didn't mean to move that one up.
And so, and what he's doing right now is the first thing that we're going to do before we score is some of these cards are going to have actions. I don't have any actions that I can take. It looks like he has 2 actions that he's going to take, because one of his cards, the marigold that he has there, which I am glad I did not take that one. I'm not a big fan of that card. I don't like having to discard because it's 2 hearts, which is worth 2 points, which is solid. But it says you have to discard one of your other cards, so it can be good.
So I'm going to keep one of these cards. I'm going to keep the Snapdragon, which says before scoring, you may move up to 2 of your cards between your bouquet and keepsake. So I'll do that. It really doesn't impact
Which
mine
one are
very
you
much.
Are you trading it out with that one?
So
or?
I'm going to trade it out with my pink Larkspur and keep that there. Now, also before scoring, I must discard one of my other cards. I'll be honest, I'm not going to score a lot of points this turn, so it really honestly doesn't matter that much because
mine didn't work out great.
All of my
either,
cards
so.
are only really going to be worth just the value of the hearts. So my marigold is worth 2 hearts and nothing else. So that's 2. My orchid is worth 1 because, again, the wording doesn't come into effect. So that's 2, 3, 4 because there's no effect on this one.
Why
4.
did you get rid of that card?
The Snapdragon.
Yeah.
Yeah, before scoring.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. When it said that replace thing.
Yeah.
Hello, John.
So that's 4 points for me, which is not good at all. And it...
That is not good at all. Oh my goodness. Here's the well. Let's just score this first.
Okay.
All right. So I get +1 for every different color flower. I already have the same score as him with the first card.
Way to go, John. I'm so happy for you.
+1 for each red card, including this one. So that's only worth 1 point. So that's 5 total. This says +1 for every heart in your adjacent cards. I was frustrated I wasn't able to get a heart on there, but it's still worth 1 point because there's a heart there. So that's a total of 6, right? So 4, 5, 6, and then +1 for each pink, including this one. That is only 1 pink, but I get 7 points. Dean had 4.
Can I say something before we move on?
This is the funny part.
We recorded this before and had some technical difficulties.
Did we record this?
And
before?
I destroyed John. Maybe for the first time ever. And I was so excited because we did it on camera, but now...
But the truth is, actually, we tied.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We did not. I did not destroy
him. Make it to see the look on your face. You're like, huh? We did tie because he accidentally cheated whenever we did the last one. So
I did.
It's his goal to beat me on camera one day.
But anyway, that's the first round. You play out 3 rounds. You keep up with your score, and then whoever has the most points combined at the end of those 3 rounds wins. You might like this game if you enjoy pocket-sized games. I think one unique part of this is obviously that it's 18 cards. It's a very small game, but it packs a lot of punch. So there's a lot of decision-making that happens when you're trying to decide which card do I put face up, which face down for the other person. I don't want to help them, so I want to put something face down, but they might think that I'm putting a card in there that's going to benefit them. So there's a lot of thinking when you're doing that, but then choosing. My struggle in this game is that I love taking the unknown, right? I love pushing my luck, and so that does not behoove me to do that in every round. But anyway, you might enjoy the game if you enjoy those type of thinky games in such a small box.
It might behoove you to kickstart this game. How about that? Here's another cool thing. This is really cheap. It's. I'm not going to say the Kickstarter price in case they changed or anything, but it's going to be very, very, very affordable to have a game that you can throw in your wallet. I think that's really cool. Mm-hmm. If you like Hannah Makoji, like I'm a pretty big Hannah Makoji fan. Now I don't think this is as thinky as Hannah Makoji because you're just flipping one card and doing this instead of having different choices for it. But if you want to maybe get a little bit of that feel where you're trying to get into your opponent's head, and you want to have some thoughtfulness in a game that only has 18 cards, I actually think that you really might like this. Beth Sobel did phenomenal art. I think the art is beautiful in this game. I think that's really cool. So I think there's a lot of reasons that folks would want to back this game because it's quick, it's simple. last thing that I like about it is I like how it's 3 rounds, but it's cumulative score. Like a lot of games, you might just win a round, and I think it's cool how you have those scores accumulating, because I mean it'd be really hard for Dean to come back and beat me potentially after this. But no, I just like that, because a lot of games now, like you're just scoring each round, so I enjoy that cumulative scoring.
Yeah, absolutely. But that's it. If you like Tussie Mussie, check it out on Kickstarter. John, tell us how they can get in touch with us.
Yeah, so you can follow us on Twitter, on YouTube, on Facebook, MeepleTown Games. If you're enjoying these videos, please sub to our YouTube channel. We invite you to become part of our community on all of those channels, formats, and on Board Game Geek, Guild 3407. All right.
That's going to do it. Thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.
Thanks for joining us, and be sure to follow us on Twitter at MeepleTown Games, and connect with us on the MeepleTown Guild, Guild number 3407, at BoardGameGeek.com, and also subscribe to our podcast and YouTube channel. And until next time, thanks for coming down to MeepleTown.